We pledge with love and loyalty to we country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet, sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute.
Sierra Leone is indeed a land rich in natural resources, including diamonds, gold, bauxite, and rutile, along with a vast potential for agriculture and fisheries. However, the shadows of its past, most notably the brutal civil war from 1991 to 2002, continue to haunt the nation. The war, fueled by corruption, economic disparity, and the infamous blood diamonds, left deep scars on the social, political, and economic fabric of the country. The politics of grievance, characterized by deep-seated resentment and divisions along ethnic, regional, and partisan lines, remains a dominant force in Sierra Leone's political landscape. These grievances often stem from historical injustice, perceived marginalization of certain groups, and the legacy of corruption and nepotism in government. As a result, the political discourse and interactions in Sierra Leone are frequently charged with mistrust and antagonism, impeding efforts to build a unified national identity. This fractured political climate has significant implications for nationhood and development. The continuous cycle of blame and counter-blame between political parties has diverted focus from critical developmental policies and reforms. Public institutions struggle with inefficiency and corruption, further eroding citizens' trust in the government. Consequently, national unity remains elusive, with regional and ethnic loyalties often taking precedence over a collective national identity. The lack of a cohesive national vision undermines development efforts, as political instability discourages foreign investment and disrupts long-term planning. Social cohesion is also compromised, with communities remaining divided along political and ethnic lines. For Sierra Leone to progress towards true nationhood and sustainable development, it is essential to address these historical grievances, promote inclusive governance, and foster a political culture that prioritizes national interest over partisan gain.
We pledge with love and loyalty to we country salon. Aya we day, aya we born, and our papa they all die left salon giwi. Today, we dey start a discussion wey very much important to we country in future. The way we Sierra Leone dey go, if we not stand up for make we correct things, if we not use the civilized approach and path for make we correct things in that country is in danger, our civilization is in danger. As somebody born in the Republic of Sierra Leone, it is my inherited right to stand up for this country. Like every other citizen, it no matter how you day on Mother Earth. Since after the 2023 elections, a lot has passed under the bridge. A lot of water has passed under the bridge. And the talk about electoral justice has been going on for a lot of people who don't understand what that mean. Then feel say electoral justice now about APC winning election SLPP cooking election. Electoral justice is about the right of the citizen to vote, have their votes counted in a transparent and fair manner. Electoral justice is about the right of the citizen, irrespective of his age, as required by the Constitution, in gender, as dictated by human rights law, to be treated fairly at all times. Above all, it requires a transparent and an acceptable mechanism. Today, we can discuss about electoral justice and how it dey deter Sierra Leone, and how we go deter Sierra Leone if we not try for get am corrected. Because the so-called election, we get a lot of flaws where even international observers then complain about. A lot of game has been played by the two major political parties in Sierra Leone, trying to fool the people into some trap. Of course, we don't begin we go deal with that later. They don't begin to confess to themselves. We will deal with the issues and then we will talk about electoral justice. And electoral justice, as we are going to discuss it, is not about APC and SLPP. It's about the sanctity and security of the Republic of Sierra Leone. If we discuss anything here, it doesn't matter if you're APC or SLPP, look at it with the sanctity that it deserves. We are not here to discuss APC nor SLPP. As far as I know, and as far as I can assess, those two clubs can no longer take Sierra Leone forward. They cannot. They don't have the ethical, the moral capacity to, and they don't even have the infrastructure and intellectual organization for run a country. They can only run privatized politics, and privatized politics now they don't practice in Sierra Leone over the last 64 years will make a country we're supposed to be one of the richest in Africa 30 days they backward. Then some of them get the audacity for the life and the people them. Now big brother, what big brother? Botswana was also colonized by Britain. Why is Britain not doing regime change in Botswana? Why is Britain not interfering with Botswana?
Of course.
Today, we dey start for look at. And I want to show everybody see, after today, it's not only talk, action will be taken by a group of Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone, outside Sierra Leone, to get redress. We are going to follow the legal path. We would have redress for Sierra Leoneans. Enough of this game. Until they don't begin confess, we will deal with that in another program. But before they go before, allow me coast let's come in and say a word or two.
Indonesia, wana Alicia.
Meti they are not telado.
Afimami nung seke nung sikori nutung. Pamule mana kabo plenty kushete na. Well, as my coast don put Madibanda waiting suppose for the day. Today, we talk about electoral justice. It's so sad now we country when they talk about electoral justice, they don't already stereotype for be something for do with Samurai and APC. And the reality is, you cannot have a democracy where we already get election processes. And elections, not in a democracy, now what's now one of the components them way they inside democracy. As I can always say, Naya, democracy is like a menu when they give way you go to a restaurant. Inside the menu, when a democracy, you get plenty jati jati. And then jati jati, then the rule of law, the transparency, accountability, people's engagement. You talk about electoral justice and freedom of speech. You talk about freedom of movement and a lot more. The menu is big, but you see, this subject what we can't talk about today. Sierra Leonean them, not a thing beyond the nose. We get for disengage this colonial mentality where they make, we know they think, we just the follow like goats them. And this goat mentality get for stop. What do you make us say so? Now, because electoral justice means the means and mechanism for ensuring that actions and procedures employed in electoral processes are consistent with national and applicable municipal and international laws in order to prevent electoral disputes. Any side where day where things are not done the way it should, it go brew resentment. It go brew disagreement. And then fermentations, then they not so one them where they born with the king. So now that make elections get for always free, fair, transparent at all times. It get for be credible. But you see, this electoral justice even go deeper from where I'm sitting, the way I'm looking at it, it goes deeper. You see, there is something in elections where now a fundamental human right, now a spiritual right, now a political right, now a social right, now a right where God give you from inception. From all the Mama and Bele, God don't give you that right, what they call autonomy, the right to choose. And elections, they give you exactly that right for you for choose who that you want to be your leader. You cannot go and vote for somebody. You vote for them, then give you orange. You vote for orange, then give you mango. It does not work that way. It should not work that way. We don't vote alone for them. They don't give you orange. And people then say, we'll not talk about it. And then talk for say it is done and dusted. They know they use chalk for elections. Now ink. Duster, not the work day. The one that we don't use for chief election, and then they use chalk because they go easily erase them, put other number. Well, the done and dusted, elections, not the done and dusted. Election, now a constant process. When they ever go away, it is a nucleus. It is there. It is like the body is framed, the skeleton, now hold the body. So the one that will feel to say electoral justice, like the kind of one time they done, not the kind again. It is ongoing process. You get by-elections, you get general elections, you get local elections, you get chieftaincy elections. Una get forget a culture of good practice. How una the pick una leader them. When a God-given right, now inalienable right. What's in that inalienable right? Now rights where people work for, die for, because nobody should take that away from you. That's human right. When you choose cocoa, you forget cocoa. You choose cassava, na cassava you forget. But you know go choose pizza, then go give you cocoa. You go choose cocoa, then give you momodu. So what's the whole process for? If when we go vote, the person who is supposed to conduct the process can just turn and decide, say, oh, Napajalo appoint this thing. So what's the point? And then they all go create a situation where people are not going to go vote because they will say, what the heck? What do they go vote for? Go vote. This is not what you want, that's what we get. Electoral justice, now all that they deal with, they bring trust. People they get belief, they get faith in the system. Where we know that right now. Now, if electoral commissioner put in my pocket, all man they say, what you put today? What you put today? Because there is doubt. There is this disgusting disbelief in everybody say they are not fit for purpose. I feel say that for dismantle the one old system, and get help. Just academy do the police force. Bring people and for can show we how for run election. Because they're not a big count. Pajalo na the water.
Thank you very much for laying the foundation. You see, what happened in Sierra Leone from 2023, to now, it exposed a lot of defects about the society. First and foremost, it exposed how dishonest the intellectual class, and especially the political intellectual class, are. Then dishonesty shows so much that now they don't begin to confess unconsciously. We don't hear audio where then they call an escroma name, then they this, then they that. Then there's we hear another one, they go launching campaign, he confess about who that do this, who that say this. Not so that we they discuss here today, but what thing they say is the events following the elections in 2023 don't expose a lot of things about we society. And you don't tell we say we have more dishonest people at the top of our society, and therefore we country not go ever go before if we not make effort forget people them for begin respect certain ethical and moral standards. That's the gravity of what is happening in Sierra Leone. In such a condition, if the only political party where people and they look saying are the second force don't deteriorate and dissipate to the point now you get over 50 people, all man they count here, Agbada and in Junk's close. They smile, they declare, say, they want for a big flag bearer. They have not addressed the most important thing in the society, that of an injustice on the rights of the citizenry. Because when you talk about electoral justice, it's not about the political party. It's about the right of the citizenry. And those rights are enshrined in the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Those rights are enshrined in the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. Those rights are enshrined on the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Those rights are enshrined in the African Union Charter on democracy and good governance. Those rights are enshrined in the ECOWAS Protocol articles, where we are party to, signed by Dr. Ahmed Tijan Kaba. Then bypass all them things then the two bundle of criminals, where they call themselves APC and SLPP, then grab sale, they make tripartite arrangements. In the first place, let me say this today, and quote me anywhere, I take responsibility. The tripartite arrangement is illegal. It does not represent the mandate of the people of Sierra Leone. Because there are 22 registered political parties in Sierra Leone. If The tripartite was to represent the mandate of all Sierra Leoneans, winning electoral justice thereafter. Then it should have included all representations from all these political parties. Okay?
Yep.
So let's put that aside first. Now let we address the electoral justice issues. First and foremost, people in the claim say the electoral commissioner, whether on a call and chief or Kagbantama commissioner, he get a right for declare results as I see and fit. That's the biggest lie that has been told to the people of Sierra Leone. You know why it be a lie? The Constitution of Sierra Leone declares that the people have a right for no. And the Constitution is above any statute. That clause, wouldn't the court say the Electoral Commissioner can announce what he will for announce? It go against Section 35(1) of the 1991 Constitution. It go against Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. It go against the Charter on Democracy and Elections and Governance of the African Union. When an election is conducted and all the results are not declared, that makes the election null and void. Yes. Especially so in the case where there had been incidents in Sierra Leone during that election where even international observers were debarred from entering certain areas. That election can never be credible. It can never be. So if we talk about electoral justice, now look at them in the interest of national unity. Now look at them in the interest of national stability. If we sit down, this thing go away. Because even the tripartite and the Allah bot now is like dying slowly. An illegal process will make certain recommendations is like dying slowly. So that they tell you, see, the people them where they in politics in Sierra Leone, then they treat the affairs of that country with levity. But I want to give them this message that the days for levity in politics are over in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone belongs to 8 million people. And those 8 million people, each of them have a right to seek legal redress for whatever wrong is done that pertains to the rights of citizens. Mm-hmm. And they should be prepared that there is a body of Sierra Leoneans. If they want, they can look at Boy Jalo. I'm just the mouthpiece for a process that is going to start. There is a body of Sierra Leoneans who are ready to take this matter up. And maybe the Abokutak, the thing now we court. Yes, your court cannot handle this case. And as a matter of fact, there is a legal justification why we cannot go to the court in Sierra Leone. Number one, the law of Sierra Leone says 7 days after election, now if we take up a petition, not so? Mm-hmm. But you cannot take up a petition if you don't have data to report.
Of course. You can forget evidence.
You know, take up case so you not get evidence. And the evidence was willfully and is still willfully kept.
Yeah.
The disaggregated data
But that's even a crime. It's perverting the cause of justice.
Whether it be crime or not, let we go step by step.
Yeah. I just say that
Produced it. So the very law of Sierra Leone now creates the legality for not taking action with the high courts of Sierra Leone. The very law and the court now say the chief electoral commissioner has a right to broadcast or announce what he wants to. And people have made demands, including a private claim by a young lawyer asking, using the Information Act, then deny him access. So automatically, they have justified not sticking to the statute of limitation by that very act. And if the courts in Sierra Leone cannot take up such a case, there are other institutions we can go to. As a matter of fact, one thing we'll get for make clear, every international legal instrument that has been ratified by a country is a law in the country. It's a statute. It's like a statute in the country. The ECSL violated the African Charter, Articles 9 and 13, which was ratified in Sierra Leone on the 17th of February 2009. The ECSL also violated the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Articles 2, 3, 19, 2, 25b, which was ratified in Sierra Leone in 1996. Thirdly, it violates the ECOWAS Protocol, Articles 2, 5, 6, 7, and 9, signed by His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Tijan Kaba. And as long as we not withdraw from that protocol there, because there is a provision that a country can withdraw from that protocol, and that protocol has to go on for a year. If there is no change in the submission for withdrawal, then the country can withdraw, which is Article 34 of the protocol. And therefore, that means it is binding on Sierra Leone as I speak. You know, we are taking our country too light. That is why all this nonsense they go on. We therefore take the country serious. And I want to short Sierra Leone and say, from now on, they will get the seriousness that the country deserves. They will.
You know, Bajalo, with all seriousness, I just want for add more per mind than the one way you don't put study classes already. You see, it may be the case. See, Madabio, he classless, he headless, he brainless, he thoughtless, he clueless, he planless, he tactless. You can say all of that, but one thing the way he do, now the bandage way he lose. Madabio lose bandage. Now we know say Salon get big sufut. A lot of them things they are what we didn't know so now. Now Madabio incompetence make we know that. Madabio, if he not become show how not for rule a country, we would never have been able to see all these things. So we tell him thank you. You know, give the devil what he do. You know, and not be no say that bandage within that foot. That bandage wouldn't tie in and be big penda they did. Man, you don't lose the bandage now. Now they see the septic penda where they beyond we. Now we get for pen master sabi people them for help we heal that penda day. What do you talk about then treaties there? That is one of the duties of a president. Now make the president get attorney general where they advise them on them thing now. I wonder you put section 40 of the Constitution. 43.
Read them. I'm not going to put them now.
Okay. It said the president shall be the guardian of the constitutions and guarantor of national independence and territorial integrity, and he shall ensure respect for treaties and international agreements.
Well,
so what do you talk? It is 1,000% in place. And the policy, all them Jacassia, the commander want to be president. President not to Adai, not to tic-tac-toe, not to Lodo. Now, possible they make decisions for people's lives.
I say, you don't talk about Spain and Sierra Leone.
My brother, they feel to say presidency is a joke. It is not a joke. Because I just read section 40, 3. If I can start, then say section 40 itself, the president shall be president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who shall be head of state, the supreme executive authority of the Republic, and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. 2, the president shall be the fountain of honor and justice and the symbol of national unity and sovereignty. 3, the president shall be guardian of constitution and guarantor of national independence and territorial integrity, and shall ensure respect for treaties and international agreements.
Section 40, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, part 1, I think. Chapter 5, the executive. Chapter 1, the president's office, or the office of president. So what you they talk? Quite a lot of people don't know the implications of things that when they talk. They don't know the severity. They don't know the veracity of the things that when they can just say blah, 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 blah about. The office of president is huge. It gets immense responsibility. You get to be somebody of immense good character, decent person, honorable somebody. It takes somebody with very careful, when you respect the law, you fear the law.
Section 40.
Yes. But people can see that.
Section 40, you say?
Yes.
Where is 40? Oh, 40, show. Oh, I am so down. 46.
That's not the duty of the president. The duty of the president.
I think I've been there just now. It's unfortunate we've not been discussed this before. Come on, say the
now when you talk all them conventions and then how you call them, the covenant, because covenants now agreement. That's what it means. The meaning of the word covenant, it means agreement. And that the president is duty for make sure say all those agreements are followed. Like
that's why before these agreements become enforced or enforceable in a country, it has to go through parliament for it to be ratified. There are several international laws that have not been ratified by the Parliament of Sierra Leone that cannot be used in Sierra Leone. But the ones I am quoting, they are all ratified in Sierra Leone. And so therefore, they are statutes that must be respected by the president and the state. Okay?
So this is consistent, as you said.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said this is consistent. The we also alone constitution is consistent with what you said. It confirms and a confirmation.
Look, 3.
Yes.
Behind this, the president shall be the guardian of the Constitution and guarantor of national independence and territorial integrity, and shall ensure respect for treaties and international agreements.
I want us to underline the word respect.
Go
For
ahead.
respect. That is not a loose word. It get gravity. What are we respecting? Those laws, those agreements.
Ask Madabio when you see him.
Man will take power. He talk for say in the Google bill we image them na the world because we image them. We image not be there in power. A get for go rebrand wait. Now you they behave so. The treaties then when very people and they and we all agree, we all sign. Say we country them. Now them red tapes there, them blue tapes there, we supposed to follow. For let we all be member. Now the civilized world. When they breach them like how person the charm chingom, you just they pull you charm, you pitch, you take out the one you charm.
But Imran.
Yes, sir.
We can blame Julius Madabio until thy kingdom come. But the question is, why is Boy Jalo Jamboya picking up this issue? Why is Imran Ture picking up these issues? Why are other Sierra Leoneans, few of them concerned, picking up these issues? What has happened to the majority? Don't they know these laws? Can't they read these laws? Don't they have time to find out what needs to be done?
Somebody bias, somebody refuse for think, somebody refuse for research. You remember from the beginning, we tell them for say the tripartite itself, it gets serious faults. Because you not go get a country of 22 political parties. Now only 2 they go sit down for resolve election disputes. Not so them 2 no more take part by the election. All those parties took place and they are all with their own grievances. All those grievances must come to the table. We said it. None of us said that they forced and this with the same. We don't say them. But the thing is, people them not innovative. People them not get a spirit of investigative mentality. When we say anything and they, anybody who care about your country go talk or say, Pajalo they say this thing. Let's go look and back if there's any credence. They're lazy. Now laziness they do them. And that thing already happened.
Mm-hmm.
There is another thing again where we get for look at seriously. Mm-hmm. Where is the Attorney General in all of this? Attorney General, now in the advise the head of state how for then rules they are, how not for breach them, how for uphold the law. Now ain't go tell and say, we cannot do this. If we do, now so we get for pass. We not
give you an answer to that question.
Please do.
One thing that is very distinct about the government of Julius Madabio is that since he took up office in 2018, he has changed the most number of attorney generals. From that lady, we start with to Anthony Brewer, etc. It tells us something that this guy does not care. He doesn't listen. We therefore begin to think out of the box. It started with lawyer Charles Magai, not so?
Yeah.
Almost weeks then go. He even reached 3 months. No. They went their separate ways. Then this lady came. They went their separate ways. We had Anthony Brewer. He is left. We had this other man. Suddenly he was changed. Now we have somebody he can bully. That tells you Julius Maada Bio does not respect the laws of our land.
I agree with you. But at the same time, just like we do not redemption all the time, we bring things there for let people go look at them. Let them see another perception. Let them see another. If you don't work with this man, you advise this man the manner they take. The man pull you or you resign. You go make a press conference. You make the people know. But then they go quietly. Or pass your read and don't give them back some other position elsewhere. So,
Well, now you are dealing with the complexities of the situation.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone is a country where you should not expect moral and ethical standards. Because people don't understand what it means to be a Sierra Leonean. They understand what it means to get education and hustle for job so that they can amass certain assets and think they have made it in life. The notion of legacy in Sierra Leone is obscured to material gains, not sustainable gains. It's one of the reasons why we have been what we are over the last 64 years. Nobody wants to take a step that will leave an indelible mark in the sustainable growth and development of the country. Everybody wants to feel comfortable in their comfort zone. And in this life, it's not everything that we get in our comfort zone.
The record is bad. The record is bad because the whole country, from independence to now, the people them way don't come out publicly, denounce waiting the how you call ourselves, the executive they try for do. Now be Dr. Fona and SL
Imran, the people who have come out distinctly in Sierra Leone to say this is not right from independence to now, they're not reached 10.
You know, honestly, SL Bangura are one of them.
No matter the character now we will deal with.
Well, they look, but we not they check that. You know, for us, every Deacon and Rick can come out to talk for say, and he can be president. You know, it's like for say, all kind miliju braid can can on braid basket. Even last week braid can basket. They can talk to say fresh braid, alimony braid. But not that the case anymore. All kind miliju braid.
These are very important questions where reasonable minds in Sierra Leone for begin deal with. We get for begin ask, why is it that we cannot stand up for what is right in our country? Why are other countries different from us?
I have said it time and time again, and I audio them. As in Sierra Leone, the whole situation now is nobody not stand for what is right, but rather we stand for who that we like, for the party who we like, for the person with the GUI, for the person where we go the same school with. So there is no more morality because also a country moral people they know the difference between right and wrong. People will stand up for what is right and reject what is wrong. But Sierra Leone, no, that's self-interest. If it does not meet their self-wishes and interests, then go condemn. But if it meets their self-interest, and let that violate what thing they do, it violates the Constitution, it violates the Bible, it violates the Quran. They're not they do it. They're not interested.
If I may ask, has there ever been ethical and moral considerations in Sierra Leone?
Like you rightly say, there are very few people who don't demonstrate traits of that. And if you look at that percentage, it is very minimal. Very, very minimal. It is negligible.
Then, Mister, I saw and attended independence ceremony in 1961 as a small boy. And from that time to now, the people they all don't stand up for say, no, I cannot go with this because of principles. They not reach 10. They not reach 10 where enough.
Oh, yeah, you are right. Me, man, I'm not denying that at all. I am with you 1000%. And these are the things we have to look at.
The
Why?
culture of corruption, the culture of sycophancy, the culture of trying to find shortcuts to solving our problems. Now I don't put wheels out this show. When these things happen in 2023, some of us from a distance will look at issues in that rational manner. Sierra Leone has had several occasions for make we do a thing right. But we have failed because the people who lead most of these change periods now people that will not get national imagination. 1992, when the NPRC came to town, they had massive support from Sierra Leoneans because people were fed up with the APC. Okay? What happened? 1 year, we see like something they work. After that, everything begin go the other way. And within that NPRC, we had a body of people who they call themselves National Advisory Council. Then came the end of the war. After all what happened between 1990 and 2000, then came the end of the war. We had an opportunity to rebuild a country that will operate on ethical standards and trust. Everything went berserk to the point that Ahmed Tijan Kaba got fed up. He started fearing for his life. He would sit at Wilberforce from where he will run his office. He had to ask the British to come in and set up the Anti-Corruption Commission. He willfully did that because there was overt corruption at that time. Then came the time of Ernest Bai Koroma. He also had an opportunity to revamp the country. He started doing it, then suddenly everything went cool. And from Yontem, we begin go downhill. From after that 2012 election, we begin go downhill. Here we are today. When that election thing come up in 2023, then call me to a discussion on a platform where Rachel Bangura Davis and a man they run, they got in Shaba. Mohamed Bangura was there. This man they call himself CSO Mambu was there. That was Kuruma Bin Dede, what they call himself political goose or whatever he thinks he is. And I said, the way forward for Sierra Leone now is a government of national unity. The minute I talk now, Mohamed Bangura, I don't know that's not going to be. Honestly, at times I would ask myself, are you really a Sierra Leonean or did you find yourself in that place by accident?
I got it through matrimony.
No, they talk about myself.
Oh, okay. I mean to say that one.
There are times I ask myself, are you really a Sierra Leonean born in Freetown? At the PCMH, which was at that time called Cottage Hospital.
Cottage Hospital, yes.
Or did you just by some accident came to that place to think you were part of that country? Because, a lot of the people and then they think in that country are they find strange. Mister, this all this thing where they go on so. We may see it as quiet. It is not quiet. How can you have a country who say no standard not there, no order not there? The only order of the day is when you talk, then bring gun, then beat you, then kill you. I want let the government know one thing. If you think fear can be used to control people, I want to say there is a counterproductive side to it. When you overuse fear, you then embolden the people. You then embolden the people. And the other thing what the government of Sierra Leone they fail to understand, Sierra Leone does not end in Sierra Leone. There are over 1 million Sierra Leoneans out of Sierra Leone. And each of them have a right as anybody living in Sierra Leone. I don't care whether I call our home base or whatever. As long as you're born in a country, you have the same right as any other person where did it. And if they think they can get away with a lot of things, let them be prepared. There are a number of Sierra Leoneans out in the diaspora who are going to come together and start litigations that will take our country back to where it should belong. We're not telling like una own been going to bush. We're not going to bush.
It's about time. You see, the area that where you touch on, the area that where they make growth not to take place in the society, because any society we corrupt, any side where corruption entrenched, the corruption is deep, he entrenched. It's like for say now war and defects inside the corruption and they inside trenches. Then just they come out and cause damage and go hide back inside the trenches. Well, we don't see the old them where they hide. We go begin to throw away acid pan inside the old them day. Because you know, we not go sit down when you look at Sierra Leone, we don't get any discussions there. Many a time. The people them where they live and the people that where they exist, there is a big disparity. The one where they live, they're only 2%. Most of the people there, and they dig all cover hole.
Almost now 1% of Sierra Leone population. I think it's about 800,000 people. Now, 800,000 should be 10%. If we have Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone living the normal life.
If I can just turn which I've been trying to say.
Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Yeah. You get people where now virtually just existence.
Are they existing?
Then you get the one them when they live life, then you want them like just mere existence. And
are they existing? That's the question.
Then barely they exist. You know what they talk about? They dig all cover or they never rub 2 pennies together. Healthcare not there for them. People are disabled. Can you imagine? Disabled person get for fend for himself. In this day and age in the world. Today we get a society, we get all the blessings that Western Leone get. We're not able to take care of disabled people. You know, it can trouble me where I can hear people in North America. They can talk them people are for waiting, people are lazy. North America, 99.9% of the Sierra Leone and the way they did. Are the vulnerable people that they work with, where government they provide for. Now, through that, government provide jobs for them.
Even this Jagaban where they make so.
Now that's the way they make
through that he able to get contracts the way he gets money.
Every country where serious, then they make provisions for the vulnerable people.
Yeah.
Because how you treat the vulnerable, now they show how much civilized you are. Now England, the disabled, they are provided for. Then they make legislation for make them not be disabled, for make them be more able, for enable them, for live like normal people. The bosses them all, when they meet disabled person, the boss the link in the candle. Then they're able to go inside with a wheelchair. They get space for people with wheelchair. Every office then pass a legislation in this country.
Step for people them with disabled.
Yes.
On the main roads, then get place them with disabled people they able claim with them wheelchair candong na the street. You are muted. You are muted.
Those are the things governments do. But we own governments them. Then they disenfranchise the people them. Then they steal from the people them. Then they deprive the people them. Then even the right to choose autonomy, now a God-given right, now a democratic right, now a political right, now a social right, now a psychological right, now a right where inalienable you cannot take away from somebody. Everybody get the right to choice. You get desire. Everybody get desire. No matter how you poor, you get desire. And inside that desire, you get the right to choose what you desire. Like for instance, you poor, you rich, nobody know they choose you well for you. Now they choose you well.
You poor, you rich, or now you for decide who that you want for represent you.
Who that you want for represent you? So how come we go get a society? It don't become a pattern of behavior. It don't become a trend.
I think I can answer that question.
Please.
You know, when they talk about electoral justice,
When they talk like
when they talk about electoral justice, we got to go beyond the electioneering processes alone, because the product of the elections now for allow everybody forget what in due from the good of the nation. That is, we vote for governments or we vote for political parties so that they can come in to work in the interest of the people, not in the interest of specific number of people. If in a society, the mentality is that whoever is voted for has to serve just that number of people that belongs to the group that he knows, then politics is privatized. And if politics is a privatized process in a state, there can never be electoral justice. You cannot privatize politics, because politics is an institution that serves everybody. We go into political parties because maybe we get different ideologies, we get different perceptions about what you want at the state. But that's notwithstanding, enough for deter we for make when somebody has been elected, it only for serve a few set of people. Because I read on social media all the time, APC then get by that, SLPP then get by that. It's not about the party, it's about the country.
brother.
At the time when you are campaigning, you identify with the party. But if you are elected, automatically you cease for being a partisan person.
You get for transition into governance. And in governance, those who voted or those who didn't vote for you, they are all equal before you, because you are there to serve the people. You're not there to serve for those who voted for you.
That's the moral oath of being elected.
Exactly.
And if you understand that in Sierra Leone, then let us talking about development. We will never develop.
My brother, you're not just there to serve those that voted for you. You're there to serve those who voted for you, those who abstained from voting, everybody within that constituency. You owe them duty of care. Duty of care, I repeat. You owe every one of those, because immediately you become the MP in that place there, you know, to APC MP, you know, to SLPP MP, you know MP where they represent the constituency, and the constituency get people of various political persuasion. So if you go talk for say now only those who vote for SLPP, then you not a do your duty. You they fail in doing your duty, and you should be recalled.
Or you go team up like Kaila they talk saying His Excellency don't do so well that now I get Starlink. What is Starlink?
With him.
You know, the pettiness now ain't too much in Sierra Leone. And I believe it's time sober-minded Sierra Leoneans come together. Let us start processes. Let us start processes that will take our country forward. Whatever we are going to do, connecting or that is related to any litigation we'll get for do for electoral justice, it's not about a political party, it's about the sanity and sanctity of Sierra Leone.
Correct. I stand with you on that. And that is what we have stood for from the word go. And that is what we are encouraging every sound, sober Sierra Leonean for do. And you have this, you have
Loud and clear. You can be SLPP, but if you feel say what's in the gun and Sierra Leone not correct, it's time we all begin to stand up and talk. You can be RUFP. If you see say what's in the gun and Sierra Leone not correct, it's time we stand up and talk. But I want to assure those who think they are in power that this movement is going to go to any length with all the legal procedures for ensure say we bring sanity in our country. Okay, for do that. Not to for we, for the sake of picking and picking them. And nobody can stop this process.
This is the reason why we have to continue for illiterate on them point there. Because you get some man who sit down there. I don't mend them. Then not then as Sierra Leone, we then are grown.
All right.
What you they fail for realize?
They're gonna say grown.
Whether in England, whether in America, whether in Ghana, whether in Liberia, not to fantastic with the team up, now grown with every team up. No, and at that same Sierra Leone day, we all born, now then the plants we all neighbor. You are not any more a Sierra Leonean than I am, than Pajalo, than any other person. You see, we get for remove this mentality of putting people in their boxes, because that has been the culture in our society. If it's not the tribal box, it is the clan box. If it's not the clan box, it's a regional box. And for the last 10, 15 years, and you read and they talk for say, hey, if one person be Muslim, one for be Christian. Who really cares? Why should religion come to the mix? Why should it come to the mix? Are we looking for somebody who is capable, who gets the character, who gets the aptitude, who gets the values for uphold we constitution, for uphold we traditional rights, we cultural rights? Somebody we go team up before we all proud say that is our leader. Somebody will get foresight, somebody will get vision, somebody will get class, somebody will get developmental attitude, progressive attitude. That is what you need for get a leader. But no, now then they talk for say one for be Muslim, one for be Christian. All them things for sectionalize people. Create new ways for limit people. Why would not go try for build a society where would they live in hope? People they get dreams. Then believe, say, if I work hard, I can succeed. Sierra Leone has never been like that. Has never been a society where if you work hard, you will succeed. It is about who you know. It is about sababu. It is about patrimony. If you see somebody there up, if you check him, he fumble to social minister or he married inside that one minister, a clan or a village, or he connected to one person or the other. If we begin to break patrimony now, people then go shock. And we'll get for do a program where we get for do that. We have to look into that thing. And then I make most Sierra Leone, and when I'm going to place, the very first thing they ask, hey, how you do? You say, I'm doing fine. And you know whose part you come out? You say you come out to Kabia. And then your uncle come out. One man when he goes so Abu Kamara. And then my papa married me mama. Well, you know my brother. Patrimony has started. Instead of they look at ability, then they begin to look at the patrimonial connection. You see, we get a lot of things that where we get for look at, where we get for revisit. Patrimony was supposed to have been something very positive, but we use it negatively. We use it negatively.
You see, everything about life, even to the food and water and whatever would they do, there are three sides. You use it, and then you get the results that you desire. You misuse it, then you lose it, and or you abuse it, and when you abuse it, then it destroys you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Mm-hmm. That's how it links to if you abuse them, they destroy you, they choke you, kill you.
When
you misuse them, it make you piss nitrosis. But when you use them, it rehydrate your body, not so?
Of course.
It rehydrate you, not so? This is how it is.
Yep.
The laws are never wrong. The relationships are never wrong. Our interactions are never wrong. It's how we use, misuse, or abuse them that is always wrong. Now, I make even drugs, and they tell you about drug abuse. They know they talk about drug use. That cocaine where people learn they misuse, it is most of the medicines them where they administer in the hospital. But then they give you a prescription we go make sure say you not misuse or abuse them. Not so?
Mm-hmm.
This is how it is. In Sierra Leone, we master the misuse and abuse of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a socio-psychological problem that we have. And these are the things we need to pay attention to. Because now they lead we to all the political things that would happen. So,
yeah, well, we don't talk with people about the epigenetics of Sierra Leoneans, how this trauma they affect the way they behave now, and the trauma where past generations they don't go through, it don't become part of the DNA. And then behavior they are, and behavior they will get for look at, we try for engineer, because when they talk about engineering,
we able for change them. It's not an issue to try. It's an issue to be willing to change.
To change, yes, of course. That's exactly what I'm saying. You know,
if people we are talking to are not ready to change, so be it. They will continue like this.
They have to see. They have to see reasons, and these are the reasons why we are bringing them out, so that they will.
The reasons, and now they shouldn't. So this electoral malpractices will don't start. I want the people to know one thing. One, that tripartite recommendation not get for go any side. It's going to produce zero results. Two, a bad social precedence has been set. A bad political precedence has been set. For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone, elections not complete, they announce results. For the first time, because I know some man go and saying Christiana Top did not announce certain results and she justified it. But for we this 2023, whole sections of Sierra Leone districts, we are not even counting their votes yet, and a result was announced.
That is
Where did that result come from?
that is one of the areas then where don't win Sierra Leonean as a people, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leoneans as people. You get for realize for say that pattern of behavior we the talk about Christian at top and waiting happen now. Anybody we talk, hey, can I not do this? Can I not do that? The fact is, Sierra Leoneans not deal with issue as they present themselves. They are not objective. They will have to, there is something where they do causes them, where they deal with scenario. Scenario is what you have in front of you. Now, 2023 elections, it has nothing to do with the previous elections. Did the elections meet criteria, international standard? It meet with constitutional standards. If you not meet them, no, we look into that. No, they're not going to do that. No, Christina Top said we do this. No, because if Daniel we do that, you suppose himself for do this.
You see,
therefore be a vicious circle. When will it stop?
Thing where we forget for put to the people, let them understand. There are situations in an elections where you look at the number of people registered, say whether you announce the result or not, in order for change anything. Now we say you get 2 million people voting. Then you have a result of 200 people waiting to be counted. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
200 out of 2 million. If a result has already been reached, less 200 people, if you announce it, that result is credible. But unlike you have 3 or 4 districts not yet counted, then you announce a result. How much districts then are Sierra Leone?
Not so 16.
If you get 3 or 4 districts out of 16 not yet counted, can't that impact the outcome of the result?
Of course, big time. Big time. And even if the impact, you have to wait until the last results come inside.
No. In most countries, they announce the result, the last result, no kite. Even in Norway, then they do them.
If they know say the person not going able to catch up and the person no accept.
Now we get clear. It's not about whether the results came from the north or the south or the east. If you have 2 million voters registered and there are only 200 votes to be counted, that 200 votes cannot determine the outcome if 1,700,000 have already voted for one person.
Yeah.
That 200 votes,
I like you win the 200 self, all of them, will get chance.
Not make any difference.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you get a majority of, or let us say even 25% of the votes not yet counted, that 25%, especially in an elections where the margin is not wide, it goes a long way to determine. Okay?
Yeah.
You see, the people will therefore begin train their mind to understand certain things. We have to look at the quantitative, not the qualitative. Sierra Leoneans don't look at the quantitative. I don't know why. We are always on the qualitative. And this be don't do so, that for do so. This be don't count so, that for count so. Now all entire make dishonesty bokuna the country.
You see that thing where you talk this now.
Mm-hmm.
You are right. You don't have to wait for if you get 10 people left for vote. 8 already vote for one person. Now 2 left no more. Whether you count the 2 way left no more, whether they all vote for them or they don't vote for them, you don't make any difference again. You don't win 8. You don't win. Yes. But That's the reason why they get this disaggregated thingy where go break down. It's not like where would you go now university? You get division 3. But if you want to do your masters, then they ask you for a transcript. Not also for let us see the breakdown of your results.
Yeah.
Then they ask for the transcript.
Yeah.
So in election cases, the disaggregated data now in our transcript.
Nine.
The breakdown, tell we for say, now some count, now this well, this one, nothing up well, yeah, we disqualify ya, this we do this we do this. Well, don't do all of this. This is the total. And you get for substantiate and justify everything as he lay them out.
Exactly.
Then people don't get reason for doubt you.
And
But
that's why
nothing.
Data has to be shown to the people of Sierra Leone.
Exactly. So if you go now to university, now I use that example there, then say you get 2-1. Then I want to go do my master's. Then ask me, will I bring me degree? I bring me degree. My degree is not enough. They want to know the modules they want to do, the subject they want to do, and how I perform in them. So they go ask me for my transcript. There is nobody when they go for admission at university, but we go do master's, they ask you for transcript. Nobody. So there should be no result, electoral result, where therefore where people are not forget a breakdown of how the elections went. People have the right to know.
Everybody, whether political party or a citizen, then get a right for know. Everybody.
And now, they can even tell me, say this person here, maybe win this 6 here, that's also constituency, if you win about 5,000. This new person here, he win by 10,000. So he gets a deposit. I don't know what they mean by that deposit, but they can always talk up. This person gets a deposit. This other person, they don't lose minus. They don't lose the deposit. Then they break them down step by step for people to understand what's happened. Then they go talk for say this area a purely conservative area. Like conservative don't win for the last 50 years. And from whatever they win, they don't ever win below 3,000 votes. Always they get majority of about 3,000. Now the first and this, they go down to 1,000. That's Labour not win there, but Labour don't get a big following where the conservative then position threaten. And go talk about that all for let people understand the demography, how things they change in the country. But we got elections. Then say, nah, Pajalo win. Then say, where the result? I not get result. It don't even sound pleasant. It don't even sound right. And the fact say he hold the result in Opula. Me not a lawyer, but I can sense what they call perverting the cause of justice. And there's a perversion there. Why are you holding it? Because in any public office where you work, I was taught, if you work in any public environment, you have to keep your records. If it is not recorded, it is not done. So if he has not provided the record, then the result will give it not happen.
Well, I'll say one thing today.
Uh-huh.
According to international standards, elections results are public property. I'll repeat it. According to international standards, elections results are public property.
Everywhere.
Every citizen has a right to demand and get that result. There is no law that should stop anyone from getting the result.
If you get a law, freedom of information.
Big Imran. Let us stop glorifying nonsense. Yes, they have done it in Sierra Leone. We are here to correct it.
Of course.
And I'm saying it with a full backing of knowledge and the fact that we are ready to take legal actions. Now we stop for Gray. Well, now Sierra Leone is not on another planet. Sierra Leone is on planet Earth.
Well, those are the
Party to international covenants and conventions. Whoever thinks he's in power in Sierra Leone from now on must begin to respect that. Okay? Not to beg we they beg for we right. We they ask for them.
And
We need
in country,
I'm coming, sir. Let me finish. We need the disaggregated data. Otherwise, we are not stopping to ask for it. We will take any legal action in any court as far as the International Court of Justice in The Hague.
the whole thing is just ridiculous. We even get freedom of information. We get freedom. We get freedom for get access.
I am talking. Let them wait and see action be instituted very soon.
We get
It's enough
the right because there is legislation in our country. Every human being in that country, they get the right to information. We get Freedom of Information Act. And the elections data, they forget them. Why? Because now public property. We all forget access to that. We all foresee it. But they deprive the whole country not foresee the result. Just because few people they want for gain, something where not rightfully belong to them.
Let me just make certain quotations here, sir. I begin with the African Charter on Democracy and Good Governance. Article 9 of that charter states, every individual has the right, shall have the right to receive information. I don't care whether ICSL law say, na CONEF announce results and what he announced, because we are party to this charter, we have a right to receive information when we request it. Okay? We have a right. Article 25B of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights say, every citizen shall have the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections. Without full results, citizens cannot verify outcomes or meaningfully assess electoral legitimacy. Okay? We are not talking for talk's sake. We are talking what we have agreed to. And as you rightly quoted from the Constitution, it's the duty of the Office of Presidency to ensure we respect these treaties and international agreements. Not to talk with a talk yaw.
I not cut you. The man was supposed to make sure, say, then treaties there, we follow them like a fine tooth comb, he breached them. Then they go form a phony tripartite. And in that tripartite day, when I make the recommendation, also me find the whole thing a joke. The very person we don't breach other treaties them. We don't disrespect other international treaty them. Now they go say, if I implement recommendation. Is that not a joke?
It is.
It's like, for instance, I come up play ball, I come into T1, I go was. What I was do, I can't wear the same dirty clothes back. What do you make a border for us?
The tripartite is to have meaning. If the tripartite is to have meaning, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me read this. The tripartite recommendations by two political parties in the country with 22 registered ones are not legally binding on their own. They risk violating the spirit of inclusiveness guaranteed by constitutional and international norms, especially if they exclude other political stakeholders. They can be used to influence legal or electoral outcomes without parliamentary or public oversight. Such a process is politically strategic but legally questionable if it bypasses proper channels or excludes broader participation. And when we talk about broader participation, what do we mean? For the tripartite to be legal, it has to go through parliamentary discourse and legislation. Have we done that? Have we done that in Sierra Leone? Has Parliament discussed the recommendations and made it legal? You are muted.
The thing is, Parliament only do what they're supposed to do. Public, Arikam, this is very important. Public officials, they not do what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
The institutions they wait for all them accountable, they feel in doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Then the people, that is we the citizens, then we get a duty of care to ourselves. And that is in Section 13 of the Constitution, where it is our right.
There is one major body that you have not called.
Okay, sir.
The Bar Association.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes.
They are supposed to know these things.
Yes.
The Legal Counsel, they are supposed to know these things. Have we had anything from them?
No. The only person, only one lawyer where I be make an audio where I tell and thank you, Mara. All the other lawyers, where are they? Naina the only lawyer. When Naina the only person where they do test cases. You know, Sierra Leone and get this habit. Oh, will they wait for international community? No, international community. Now external. We are independent, and if we're independent, it's like a fruit. You the best cap, you know they eat them. Now inside you they eat. So what thing we get for doing Sierra Leone? Now we were there inside Sierra Leone. Now we get for make sure see it meets criteria. Now we get for say no. We will eat solo. You know, put salt for this rice. Put salt. We want salt. That does not take anything. It doesn't take anything for the man waiting at you right. Why would just say sit down the people that they do things there? Then we continue with the entitlement culture. When they wait for international community, when they wait for this person. If the parliament's not doing, the chiefs are not doing, but the law society not doing. How about sooner the people that organize themselves say, we don't wait for una for doing. We are not getting what we are supposed to get, and we deserve to get them. We want them. Make the delegation, then protest. But we don't do that. Because almost everybody where you talk to, just as you rightly put them, we know all these offices accountable. But you see, then give various people their roles. Then people and they get role for do. But whenever they fail, the last result now we the people. Because now we they feel the pinches of the inaction. Now the incompetence.
Let me show you what makes the tripartite illegal. A question is raised. Does the Constitution allow for a select few to drive national electoral reform? The answer is no.
No.
While the Constitution allows political dialogue and any decision affecting electoral laws, public governance, or constitutional amendment, all of these must go through established democratic procedures.
Precisely.
Such as legislation through parliament. The tripartite has not been taken through parliament, so it's illegal. A referendum, if applicable, in the case of constitutional change. Number 3, public or multi-stakeholder consultations for legitimacy. Was the tripartite taken to the public for discussion and to get the public view about it? It was never. It has never been. Now, few people, they go sit down, they go tell we that Kombolo Buku and Sabi Kokotela education for determining the course of the country. Enough of that from now on.
Well, this has been the pattern, and I'm glad we use the word enough because it gave us stop. Now, so back, certain people, and 26 of them left Sierra Leone, kind of Lancaster House, Naya. Then 26 people, and the IBT Lokamara, they come out from Cambia. Koblo Patbana, they come out from Puloko district. How you call this mania? The 26 people, they don't represent Sierra Leone. You get a lot of districts where nobody no come out.
Yeah.
Plenty districts and they. Like even Bombali, I don't feel say somebody come out from Bombali. I don't feel say somebody come out from Karina. I don't feel say somebody come out from how you call them, Kailang. I don't feel say somebody come out from Pujong.
Representation.
Pardon?
Koinadugu being a representation.
I don't feel say Koinadugu be get anybody there. Because they name them, I read them the last time we were waiting. You know? They're not ready. It be so over subscribed with Creoles, Mendes, and Timney. That was it.
You see, we get for try for find a way for move away from this privatized public mentality.
Yeah, few.
Not privatize what is public. Now we in a power, now we turn. It's not your turn. It's the turn of Sierra Leone always. It no matter whether an APC or SLPP. We got to change that in Sierra Leone. And the only way forward for Sierra Leone, now forget a government of national unity. We get clearly defined terms of reference. We look at what it need for change in Sierra Leone. We give our government the mandate for find ways for build the infrastructure they will need for making change happen. And that starts with correcting this wrong that has been done in 2023. That starts with it.
You see, the person of figure, you get Sir Milton Magai, you get MS Mustafa, you get Dr. Karifa Smart, you get H.E. John, you get I.B. Telo Kamara, you get D.L. Somna, Kande Bure, Paramount Chief R.B.S. Koka. Why so Paramount Chief then go, other Paramount Chiefs then not go? And the Paramount Chief then we go predominantly now from the south. Paramount Chief by Koblo Patbana, Chief Jaya Kaikai, Chief Vandi Mustafa, then A.M. Magai. These are two brothers then. Why one brother not go, the other brother left? But then go talk for saying a PMP, now then go for Pikin. Now then go because Magai and Chekatin is not be go under SLPP, you know. But now two brothers then, you know. Then go, Magai go, T.S. Brewer go, H.S. Demby go, J.A. Nelson Williams go, C.B. Rogers Wright go, J. Baptist Wilson, C.M.A. Thompson, J.C. Dogan, Chaka P. Stevens, of course, he's a Namindi man, you know, H.R.S. Boltzmann, H.N. Georgestone, E. Harris, C. Cumming. It is overwhelmingly Creoles. Then the second Minde, then Timney. Where are the locals? Where are the yellow cars? Where are the Creoles?
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Looking at the composition of that group there, did it really matter?
Well, outside you get a society where take equality serious. It matter.
You not get my point. My point is that group they will go so. End of the day, when they came back and we got independence, most of them were made redundant. Now, few people in that group they take active part now after 1961. Most of them were made redundant because of political elbowing. Them be the elbow they out.
But this is the thing. This is the thing.
So now I make
how the elbow, the Soso, the Yaloka, the Madigo, the Lokodem, the Shebra them, they were not included there.
You see, what you make ask this question, one thing we always done the old Sierra Leone backward is that people think power has to be controlled by one small group. Any other person when they come around for make the assist for build a power base is there to be used, abused, and dumped. You have to be a yes man. You have to be a proxy to continue to be part of the society.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When a society they behave that way, that means the politics is privatized. It's a private limited liability company.
Yeah, chosen few.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is the crisis we have in our politics where we need for change. Now, it don't lead we to this. Now, and still they do. How two set of people go grab say, we they can't sit down for arrange. Let we find a way forward. Let we make recommendations and call on tripartite. Why is it that 20 other political parties that are registered we are
Yeah,
not?
I used to be mathematics. If you get 22 party, only
Mm.
two now they represent in discussing about. So now almost percent represent.
It's less than 1/10 of the political.
You see, you see what you do, I mean, percentage, how we look nasty, how we look bad.
Yeah.
You get 22 party, only two that they sit down at the table. And not just two party no more take part in the electoral process. You get 22 parties where they all get grievances. Now only two party, they are the exclusive party.
Because now them papa die left country.
You know, this is a serious problem. A lot of people will see them as a joke. You know, that small party. You see, now any society where they better, any society where wants peace, it is shown by the way where they treat the minority, the smaller groups.
And not even reach 1%
You don't
of
get it, man.
political representation.
It is disgusting.
It's less than 1% of the political representation. And that is what makes the tripartite illegal.
Illegal, totally illegal. You don't get quorum. You don't get a quorum. If at least they will get 18 party them involved. They get 12 party involved. You go say at least now half of them.
Secondly, the tripartite is not a legal procedure. It has never gone to parliament. It has never gone to parliament. Thirdly, it has never been discussed widely to the electorate or with the electorate for them to make their own inputs. Who are these guys to make recommendations for us? Do they know it all?
You might not see the arrangement. Then talk for say, therefore make all the young cases they wouldn't get against them and for then all the cases them against the company for drop them.
Yes.
Then annoying by all the recommendation then talk about remuneration for people that we lost them picking them, we then kill the people them
They
we
were as political prisoners.
exactly.
For them.
They're not dealing with the issues then they're not dealing with any of them.
They're not tell we say now 15 no more been there, they were over 300 day.
Yes.
Where are the others?
Who said they don't go? They don't account for the today. Then they sit down and defect among themselves. Who go see president, who not go see president. But until now, they don't begin broke the rank, or they don't begin to come out for cancer themselves.
We are going to deal with
because that is so much slanderous. Una all sit down, una plan something, then una all come out to be una complete. Una say na so you do. Then you they can't come out now, you they can't say what you say. Oh, we should clap for you. Where you know all this time, say na they lie. You wait till people and die, people and suffer, just because you want to be president now.
Yeah.
You come Putin and Ado.
All them that they play good guy.
Yes. You know, not a bad cop, good cop. But the reality is, if you not be a real good cop, when you can't confess, you cannot say, look, I don't confess. Because of this, I don't want nothing. I go try to do the right thing now. The man, when I the right will post the whole life, I go stand behind him instead. They will go not say you are serious.
You know, the hypocrisy and too much power with the intellectuals na salon. We hypocrite, we lie, we congosa, and we get all the things that were not for help that country for go before. Now I make some of we the few go team up say from now on, now begin get electoral justice na Sierra Leone. Electoral justice is not about APC SLPP.
No, no.
It's about the destiny of a place called Sierra Leone that everybody born in that place takes as their home.
You
It's
know,
about destiny.
waiting people that they fail for realize with the underestimate waiting and call background. You see, Usa you come out, Usa you grow up, how they menu, it gets a lot for do with who you are as a person. Do you realize, say, if you get bad picking, then you grow up to be a bad man? If you get bad picking,
It's bad.
then you grow up to be bad woman. Well, let me put this to you with all seriousness.
Mhm.
I do not care who that you be. Somebody will get bad character, we not decent, we not like man, you go do PhD. PhD, not to a magic pill where somebody they go get a refined character. PhD does not do that. Not to PhD role, not to book learning, they do the cleansing of somebody's character. When you learn book, if you're not a thief man, you go end up being the PhD man with a thief. Because you are a thief man before you went into doing your PhD. If you're not like man, you go do PhD, you go be the PhD man with a lie because you are still the same person. You have not changed because you talk about earlier. Say people they change only if they're willing to do so. So if you don't talk clearly earlier, you say people only change if they want for change. So if you are a thief, before you go do a PhD, if you not change, you go still end up for be the PhD man with a thief. And that's we get now we country. We get people them where come out from a very bad background. They manage for Lambu, then get their qualifications there. Then they hide any qualifications. Then the true character, they inside them. Then they get this PhD cloak, it cover them. So when they do bad now, they say that the PhD. PhD not gonna even do that. So PhD now a fine thing. Now the person will get the PhD. The person will get the PhD if he was a thief before. It will be a PhD at the end with
Imran,
if man where.
Imran,
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned,
Uh-huh.
the qualification of a man no matter. What it matter now the character and the talent of the person. What in the person able offer in society. That man when night soil man, where they go empty them toilet.
Mm-hmm.
He has something he offers to society. That is his talent. And if we are a sober society, those people should be well paid like any graduate. In Europe, people and they work in the waste management industry. The waste management industry now a multi-billion business, especially where it comes to recycling waste. Take food, make them into manure, take liquid waste, toilets and anything, and they make them, then clean them, make them into soil for people and for grow and garden or something. Take plastic for recycle them, take paper for recycle them. This is a multi-billion industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not a disrespectful industry. Sweden, next door to me, they take all the dirty, the waste from Europe, they make profit out of them.
Yeah.
They are specialized in it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Not all these certificates. One thing we'll get for begin preach is that we need for begin decolonize with mentality. Because one reason why we intellectuals they misbehave in Sierra Leone is that they are still mentally colonized.
Very colonized. Very.
Independence, not to say, oh, now we they rule we self. Now how we they think now in our independence. Now we are making all the noise about a young man in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. He's an independent man. He thinks independently. That's why he's doing all that he's doing.
Brother, independent from here.
The magic of growth and development comes from within each and every one of us. The way we think is the way we become.
Well, Salon, when we set off, we get independence, so we set off from the jetty. We go inside the boat, we forget we bring them. After 64 years, and we realize, hey, we don't forget we aid them. Now we go back, we go take them. So now we didn't a road, we navigate for go back, we go collect we aid. And I hope so we meet the aid and they will.
Get aid?
Pardon?
Get aid?
Well, we left them at the jetty. We left them at the jetty. We not go inside the boat with we aid them. We left them.
Come for the welcome.
Good evening,
You
gentlemen.
you, brother. Eh?
And the area clear. I don't know if they hear me.
Just a small number about the today area we be talk.
Okay. Well, go on.
I like the way you come at the Califuna.
First of
No,
all,
you know they go no site today.
first of all,
Come now. You know they privatize this discussion. Now,
I don't privatize, so being a person that they share. When we brought account, that
let's see,
how
let's
come
see-
collective
let's-
responsibility.
let's say
Go ahead,
he can pray now. Say, let this man come
No,
now.
man.
Let this man.
how you know so I can play because when it starts 9 o'clock, 10, 11, like 2 hours.
Both of una poor mathematically.
Yes.
Both of una so una poor so.
And so, me
Hey,
now,
we hear Okamo.
I don't pop
Is that-
out, my friend. Don't worry about
Is
that.
Is a jalo is say two na one less than 1%, not 10%, sir.
You are 14.
It's 20.
No, that's
If
that's 22 parties them day.
in 10 na 1. So because na 20 na 2. And
Yeah, but
you
now
ask
22 political parties. There.
no, I just say low say na 20. Now it go be 2 point something or 1.8 something, 1.8 something, you know. They even way you ask 1% of 8 million is 80,000.
Well, now they say, I say now
Is it-
1%.
Is it 800,000? As it is
I
why
say
poor.
800,000 is less than 1%. I said it. Okay.
My boy, don't bring cry canterbury no so. Don't bring laugh canterbury no so.
Don't go ahead. I'm poor. I don't agree. Don't go ahead.
My boy, now you are the economist. All man is here. This is what we should do in Sierra Leone. All man get his speciality. That
All
is
man-
your area. You are economist.
It's
Yeah,
a bit-
I mean maths. Now they are not a nice self. I
You
don't
know,
know paper maths.
the thing here is
Mhm.
I don't put a lot of things on the table.
Mhm.
First of all, when they talk about Christian Atop do this, Christian Atop not do this. This all na politics. Na so then call na Indian call politics na salon. All what
Qualified.
Christian Atop they do because me I dey tell una say I follow everything from Sierra Leone.
Mhm.
Christian Atop, despite the laws, Christian Atop they do which they call general best practice. Na they do.
Okay.
So which if they do, Adam all that way they say oh Christian Atop he cancel election result. Mr. Jallo, if they say he can't vote 100, he vote 150. Why didn't count and then they?
The 50 not for count.
No. So you want them put it and they say they don't
No.
can put. So that is just general best practice. Say then people are always not in the normal the votes, but even they say that if they put let me say turnout 80%, 85 other side 70. Now I can't get 150. Now why didn't include that vote
No,
inside it?
you're not possible.
So even when they talk say Christian Top Council, when they pan counts, and I announce, they don't beat you by 380,000 votes, right?
Mhm.
Then they go contest for 2 or 3 police stations. Then na Kono.
We not reach 10,000.
We not reach even 10,000. Then you talk say they not announce. The bottom line here is now politics. That's then you call politics.
But
That's alone.
even the American election where Donald Trump win, they mean still they count the announcers winner, not so?
Yes.
Did that change the result?
No, they change the result.
They not change them.
So this nine they not go tell the people them. We dey na because some of we don't follow throughout my lifetime. I dey follow things about Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Even when I come na Mr. Jallo, I be dey go na library. And na me na there I go see there even na Belgium there encyclopedia about saloon. Every day I begin to learn about saloon. Na I meet inside library na na inside Belgium.
Then
I mean the everything
say we with mano, but we pass out we know but
yes, I meet in there. Say Akonde, one lady na librarian, he print for me saloon news, he give me. That time the printer they not come on. So pass I go na library, I print, then give me. So all what then they do na salon, now for just tell you say we not get the mentality for go before.
Not to we. The intellectuals of Sierra Leone not ready for make Sierra Leone go before.
Yes. Well, now I mean because now they be the policy makers them. Now they
we are not ready. We will say we sabi book. We not ready. Let that country go before. Not a place where before they make palaver. Before they do things as friends, we laugh as friends. We sit down, we eat together as friends.
Yep.
We not have no business for create this kind of atmosphere where they lead you into all that rubbish here.
And some of the things that we go for help the intellectual class, now for left for the pretensive, we know everything, we will not know everything. Then for instance, we just demonstrate an where you come, me talk and clearly say, I'm not Sabi Matsu, not such a domain. Australian people and they will not even qualify in a certain area there. Then they go make a mess for a whole community, a whole country.
Yeah,
at the area now, it fluctuates.
You know, cable and get problem.
Once a man get to know your limitations, you get to know your abilities, you get to know what you can do and what you not can do. That's right. The only place where lawyer they go qualify in one grain, in a family lawyer, in one grain, in a corporate lawyer, in one grain, in a how you call a military lawyer, in a all kind thing in one grain, one for do. You're not specialized. That is not your skill. You get solicitor. You get different branches of law. Then engineering. You get many areas.
Imran.
Yes, Papa.
Your ability to exercise limits begins with your honesty.
I like that.
Not to for big like this they claim this they, I know they claim for be nothing because I know my limits.
Exactly.
Way before they can say I wrong, I say yes, not true. Because the answer why you are not being sure.
What is it now? They give people a job.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The point I made they make, and I'll go always make them, whether people like it or not. Education has not helped us because the kind of education we'll get, they create honesty and trust in society. The kind of education we'll get, they reduce people to proxies. And when you are a proxy, you cannot stand for the truth. If they say lie, now they allow the lie past the outer, you say lie. But we don't see them in all the governments. Government spokesmen, anytime you listen to them in Sierra Leone, now a bundle of lies you hear.
Propaganda, disinformation.
Begin.
Lies.
That's today begin. So if we get for change Sierra Leone, we get for find a new path forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that path can only come when we take all the political parties, they will say, okay, on a can't see them, now get a government of national unity. Would they give una 2 or 3 years? Now we look at we laws, we look at we ethical standards, we look at we customary relationships, etc., etc. Then we get a path forward where we say, okay, from now on, If we elect parliament, now this percentage you want for be women.
Mhm.
This percentage for be from this ethnic group. This percentage for be from that ethnic group. Kenya has done it. Other countries, they don't do them. But we they refuse for do them because we get a set of people who think say, now them papa die left salon give them. Hey, now 8 million people them papa they all die left salon give everybody. That has to begin to change from now on. We're not going to bush show like how some of them been going to bush. But to God, any legal path will get for follow, will they follow on? That has to change. Each and every one of we get a right to the destiny of Sierra Leone. And that's the path we are taking from now. This electoral justice is not about political parties. And electoral justice is not limited. It is a constant phenomenon and principle that has to be obeyed at all times.
All times.
Yes, before the kind size.
Yes, sir. You know, when I talk about the lack of political party then for participate in the tripartite, and again, I can't give you a reason the why. And then 22, because normally they be saying that 17 registered political party then they. So, now we take them by that number. Before the election, Mr. Jallo, they all be done declare from other bill. So, where the election done, then people they say the election is free and fair. How we not go expect you then go put people in that kind of negotiations? If the man, even the man who died, so they call him Prince waiting Cooker, he did on record. He say that when they don't go to a state house, when they go to a host, they forgot bags of rice. Make the, yes, sir.
What?
They come, Imran, una see this. Registered political parties, ecsl.gov.Sierra Leone, una look this. That's how credible our elections management bodies. The page where for sure registered political parties is here na blank.
Mr. Jallo, is
Yeah, God.
no, I don't tell you that this.
No, na joke, bro. We country na joke.
I don't tell you that this. Now from 20 that 18 he declared the result 27th, right?
Yeah.
Now that is 27th day, 28th, now he delete all that information. All that information be doing inside our website. Now he delete them all so that nobody will get a reference for anything. How them they do election? Let me come back to
blank page. Blank page, like A4. Yes,
not. So how them they declare result. Now I make people nobody go to the website, but all thing within that website. Because when they give una that RR form, una can at the tally station, tally center. Now so then they call the station them, una get the RR form. Which way then give una the station number, una look how much APC been get 20, how much SLP been get 15 or 22, then they enter them. Now it make they not be the after them don't put the election result, argument not be there. Because then they add, una get una own machine, una the Adam. Una get una machine, una the Adam. Now only this election, now in there, just take tomorrow, then say the man get result, he can't declare. Nobody knows how to pull results them. So therefore, if political party they will take part, the small political party them then come, they go congratulate the president. And then talk say the election is free and fair. Mr. Jallo, you go get the only person will contest the result, say they're not fair, they're not clean. Now APC. The other person wait for them to contest them, they don't get a chance for they participate Femi in party. Then the only person
My guy self-contest them.
yes, my guy now, my guy now, my guy and the how they call the NGC before the election, they made in alliance. Before the Kari Imkela declare for SLPP, they made in alliance. They call them COP. They get understanding. So now that declaration, we kind of can declare now we can cop. We Dennis Bright, when I be in the Kim Pillar, he commutes from politics, he say he commutes. So Charles Magai now, he can get in platform for top, but he not be they participate strongly.
Sierra Leone country.
He not be they participate strongly for the COP something. So how they go call them people in this sea, una come, Mr. Jala not talk about anything. Then political party then D, then small one then D. They not deserve for even did that the domot. We go to map na domot.
All right, before they agreed.
The C4C
Imran,
joined with Charles Magai. Then half of them they support APC, half they support SLPP.
Imran.
Yeah.
No, even that number half, not half. Now about 2 or 3 within a part of the APCO. Or the rest, them we don't get the money. Then they don't get the money.
Gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
In a court of law, what you they talk so, no matter. What it matter is, we have 22 registered parties. They have not been legally deregistered. Okay? And every political party therefore fulfill certain obligations. Every political party gets certain rights provided for in the African Union Charter and the ECOWAS Protocol, which has not been fulfilled by the government since Sierra Leone, from Ernest Mike in term to now. What I'm saying here today, I'm not just talking. These are things I've researched. They are legally binding on the government of Sierra Leone, and there are people who are ready to take legal actions to ensure redress. Until then, the registered and political parties, they have a right to be represented in anything connected with politics in Sierra Leone. Were they represented? No. For make a political party go in coalition with another political party, not take over the right of representation of that political party. Because in Europe, we get coalition governments. But when it comes to issues of national elections, each party is represented as a corporate body. Now we left for the mix with emotions with destiny. We are mixing things in Sierra Leone. Now I could not get it right. And we always feel say it's impossible. There are no impossibilities in life. There is only self-defeat because you don't want to take the mile for doing right. Sierra Leone needs change. Sierra Leone has to change. And we don't want bloodletting in Sierra Leone anymore. Because all the rubbish will be so now beyond the APC will lead we to an 11-year civil war, where some of we therefore run common our country out of wish. I left my country with short pairs, slippers, and a t-shirt on the 2nd of June, 1998. Do I want that to happen to other people? No. No. Therefore, take we country seriously.
Yep.
This all process from 2023 to now, in order for take Sierra Leone to peace. Awale will know that. There are undercurrents of high disgruntlement in the country. There are undercurrents of high dissatisfaction. There are undercurrents of hate and division in the country. Something needs to be done to save that. And that's the path some of us want established, and let's move forward with them. If we get for take away another 5 years for get them properly done, so be it. But at the end of the day, let's build a country where every Sierra Leonean go say, I'm happy I'm Sierra Leonean. Enough of this APC SLPP rubbish. Enough of it. Over to you, gentlemen.
Imran, want go?
Yeah, before they go first, now you come just now. Now you get Boku na your chest.
The submission, it looked to me general. Now so me see him.
It
In
is
the sense,
general. It not look general. I'm not talking here for APC. I'm not talking for SLPP. I'm
yeah,
talking for
look,
Sierra
no,
Leone.
what you may talk so.
Mhm,
If me here and Imran defect, una get problem,
mhm,
and then me I come, I say Imran get right. Other person back come say Imran get right. We you don't know the case here too.
mhm,
Then they say when I can't go inside one room, let them go talk this case here.
mhm,
With me and Imran again or other person we don't talk say you not get right.
mhm.
Then at the end of the day they say okay make them if two people don't can talk say this man not get right, then go talk say not true because the majority carry the votes.
Okay.
So now the problem this way they inside this problem. Now if we get Latin 16 or 17 contest that election we pass.
Mhm,
13, let me the boost per upper, only one the upper 13, then we don't declare for the president. So therefore, if them for carrying go and that meeting,
mhm.
that organization, they then before go make the team bias towards the SLPP. To me, now make the talk for talk say, and not talk say if them people in the map as independent party they move, we they not be take side oh. Now I go sorry for them if they deal with them this way. But this way them people they at map, Prince Coca talk say now when they go back now who's to them with them, then they say let them out when I knock out one back aggressive. This is not a political man. Even they tell them count the PR. Then they hold a meeting back. Then upper people and then talk say, well, we're not going to criticize. Who was the answer na MP MP then in waiting now they are. So that's what they talk. Even though they know say the threshold have been 12% to then say then na MP them in waiting. Not and now then people and then they can't put that room for can't talk. Do you let them count? And also other leaders they move when they come after them. Those leaders in the upper, where they within them political party and Mr. Jallo, they are they're not even for the country in a crisis after election. We not go congratulate say, Mr. President, we don't win election. Now them people don't listen to. Me, the only problem what I get with the tripartite so far, now because the one they will go for go negotiate on the part of the APC, then we get an upper hand on paper. Them get upper hand over the SLPP. Mr. Jallo, today, Madam, you don't come out from that in January, don't travel. Now the 12th, they don't come out. So. They don't feel liberated. Doing that tripartite before they nobody work herself again. They were not traveling.
Well, they go stop for work at this now.
They be no say their position was under threat because they don't go sign say they for pull the result them. What they happen, what you not happen, no, then people in the commodity, they knock out result them. We don't know. But they don't sign the paper, say they knock out result them.
Bafode,
Yes, sir.
you believe say as a citizen of Sierra Leone, you get right for us for that disaggregated result?
Okay, let's tell you now. So recently Mara asked for the results.
Bafode,
He go to court.
Bafode.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't live and run a life of defeat. That's why I talk when it is necessary. So Isenge Mara, in case, don't justify why we for take international action against the government of Sierra Leone. Okay?
Yes, I agree with you.
And do you believe that action will be taken?
Well, well, I believe, but last year was.
All right, okay. Okay,
Last year was because
okay.
la just talk about a small again.
Go
You know, say
bad.
before Ingo, before even the ego,
Mhm.
the court people them now then talk back say even the Freedom of Information Act it get limitations. Now so then talk the one the way talk say anybody can ask for this result through the Freedom of Information Act. Now then talk back say when it comes to dispute like this, there are limitations. Now then talk back.
There is no limitation to the demand for elections result. You know why?
No, not public document. Not public document.
Not public
now.
property.
Not public property, Mr. Jallo. Today,
So
when they make election,
Mara was bullied because he was asking from the court of Sierra Leone. There are international courts that can force the government of Sierra Leone to publish the disaggregated data if Sierra Leoneans are ready to take action. Okay?
Well, I don't know if how that thing get for go because this you can't tell we see the country get laws which are
yes, but once you don't sign an international law, now your country. The International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights was ratified by Sierra Leone on the 17th of February. No, in 1996, The African Charter on Democracy and Elections was ratified on the 17th of February 2009. The protocol of ECOWAS on democracy was signed by His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Tijan Kaba. And Section 34 of that same protocol say it is binding on a state until the state apply, say they don't want that protocol again. And the application, they only become effective 1 year after you apply for one. So Sierra Leone is bound by those laws. Bafode.
Yeah, and well, me, and I think in a law they don't go sign. I just be curious until how they will get for implementing.
What in then they talk na salon and the reality are two different things because first and foremost, when such statements are made, we intellectual class then so dumb and sycophantic.
Totally agree.
That they would just sit by. You understand? But if Sierra Leoneans are ready to take a case up, international pressure will come to bear on the country. As a matter of fact, this protocol where they quote, there are sanctions that are recommended when a country fails to comply with it. None of them has been implemented by the ECOWAS since after the 2023 elections. There are sanctions when a country fails to comply with it. There are sanctions. As he cannot they say no cut in planet. At Conotri, you sabi what you sabi, yeah? Mr. Jallo, not they just talk for talk's sake. Now, yeah, you see me, you sabi me, you don't know that be. When I talk, I know what they talk, and I know next step for take. Wait and see what is going to happen. Have your opinion. I don't have opinion. I talk facts.
I feel say you for make for say even section 40 of we constitution. Now one of the duties of the presidents for make sure say all the international treaties them we agree to. Now you get for make sure say we follow them. Like they're not going to if
cannot give the president na God. The laws of Sierra Leone are above all laws.
All the treaties then where they ratify in Sierra Leone. Now the
president shall be the guardian of the constitution and guarantor of national independence and territorial integrity, and shall ensure respect for treaties and international agreements. All international legal instruments that have been ratified by the Parliament of Sierra Leone,
they are binding.
Are binding on Sierra Leone. Your opinion are your opinion.
No, Mr. Jallo, me ask him. I just want to let you anybody supposing give that kind of opinion. Just left out because the action we not get for take or we get for happen. What we see now if the one with the doubts now more the one who know the doubts.
Not so we know our responsibility. But for it, now we all responsibility. We have to take part in that.
Yeah.
You know why they bring this discussion forward?
And we all
when we are going to take such actions, we want the people of Sierra Leone to be involved. Because we want to move away from that personality politics. Na Samura Kamara, na Madabio, Sierra Leone is
responsibility. If we all see on Sierra Leone well, now at we all expense, now we all go suffer. If Sierra Leone better, now we all benefit. So if something they go wrong, now we all get for stand together. You know, now we can't try. Better now we try, we fail than we not try at all. So me go employ cannot try. All other people have way of different persuasion. Una ask me for we give una the information because the information they for everybody for see. And it just happened that we lawyer they're very lazy, we intellectual and very lazy, and they are connivant. They are all conniving with this rotten system. Because you see, waiting they happen, not to pa Brima, na Rubinfe, pa Mola, na Chindabana, or Chinukom, or pa Munda, na Mambuma, or Sembeune Stoker, or Messima, or Blama, or pa Santiki, within a Kanya, within a Petufu. Not to them, because the problem, now we will go to school. And that's why they see Salomon and the common and the match for them very school and they will breed them criminal there. Them very school and they will breed them criminal there, where they don't turn to menace in our society. Now then, they fail for bring them things there to par. They lost them day. If the law and they will not use them, they are useless. Lost them day for let people they use them. They're not there for let them team up as furniture. And we sign them in there, we ratify them. When you say you get covenants are agreement. And the law them what they talk about, they are covenant. These are agreements, not to weaklers than do them. Now sober-minded people them, when they think, when feel to say the world they don't civilize and it don't become a global village, would then get for make blue tape, red tapes, where then go put together, where they go expect any country when a member of them group then they for behave. And if we don't sign, we have to get for behave to that standard. And you see what man, if something they where una entitled to, if una not ask, not they give una. If you're not ask, not give una. That's up to my own ignorance. Remember they say ignorance of the law is no excuse. Now only way you broke the law and go tell you say the law did. But when you know a situation where you get for use the law to your advantage, what man go tell you. But the reality is, their law they had indeed. Now law the way we ratify. And in fact, that covenant law in from 67, I think, then do and we ratify and as alone 1996. So not a today business so. And if we don't get a law then they will not agree for adopt them in our country. Now because we the people they don't sleep. We get for wake up and act.
Highlight Imran.
Yes, Papa.
Every state party to the present covenant undertakes to ensure that any person whose rights of freedom as herein recognized are violated shall have an effective remedy, notwithstanding that violation has been committed by persons acting in an official capacity. This is what gives me, you, and everybody the right to take up this case.
Well, now good thing, Mr. Jallo. This idea, now good thing, because to me, ethical self for make you say you be president on an election where they no swearing in, they no swear you in, you just go work no more I mean,
Yeah. And Salonomo, and it happened because we allow it to happen. Now these people like we border them cannot get for realize. Now we they allow them to happen. Because not just the courts them get for hold them here to account. The courts get in jurisdiction. The institutions they get in jurisdiction. But we the citizens they will get bigger responsibility for make sure say all the entities there they work for we. If they don't work for we we have that duty of care to ourselves. For say, now yeah, this is what we expect, and this is what we shall have. Until we develop that kind of attitude, it's not go good for we. Because we just sit down about, no matter what you do, nothing not get for commodity. Well, if we not do nothing not get for commodity. My papa can always say, if you do nothing, expect nothing. Even for harvest, if you not plant, not expect for harvest. Where would they talk about we independence? Independence now about una freedom. Now about una right for make una govern una self, una make una own laws. Una make decisions on ourselves without any external people them interfere. But if una don't come out, una don't say, okay, external people them, will they join una? Now a club would don't join. And this club here, he expects we for behaving a certain way. We sign that paper, we are bound by law. And ECOWAS now one of them can organizations, and they where we join the treaty. We get Minority Union, we get United Nations.
Imran.
Yes, sir.
Talk is good. Now I have shown why the law is binding on Sierra Leone. You see it on the screen? The covenant is legally binding. The Human Rights Committee, established under Article 28, monitors its implementation. The first optional protocol establishes an individual complaint mechanism. I'll end it there. I see in the country they call you, one can talk.
Okay.
Line. Okay. Yes, my friend. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Jallo.
How are
Mr. Toure?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is not Toure.
If you want to name Limbatri, go ahead and say what you want to say.
I want get into this.
Yes, go ahead.
Number one, my first question that I have, I agree with you, all this treaty where we signed. I understand it's a you don't come off from.
Okay.
But I mean, educate while you educate me, Koto, and Mr. Toure. You know, not to fight this. Now, education would they do? Huh? Okay. I want Luna inform me which court have a jurisdiction for the elections, Nasalun. That is my first point. And then the second point is the courts that you might think that have jurisdiction, which is the ECOWAS court. ECOWAS and AU recognize the result of Sierra Leone.
And how did they recognize it? Did they make an announcement or did they write a communique recognizing it?
Well, based on the election results when they come out, the representative of African Union and ECOWAS that were in Sierra Leone they recognize the results.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would not have asked for the tripartite to go on.
Well, you have to understand that the tripartite.
Internationally, Sierra Leone elections not be credible.
Imran. Yes. Let me make one point clear to this, my younger brother. Before I left Sierra Leone, I became trained to deal with such issues. And I was trained by an international body. I know they just can't talk for talk's sake. I'm not a professional lawyer. But anything that concerns social sciences and justice, I was trained for that. I'm a professional trade unionist. I know the weight of international law on a country. And I know the procedures and protocols connected with recognition. Nobody has ever recognized this government. As a matter of fact, what we have going on is a procedure that should lead us to the stabilization of an election that is never accepted. The only thing is, there are flaws here and there with regards to the way we ECOWAS they treat this issue. But there is no official recognition from ECOWAS for this government, nor from the African Union.
Well, Mr. Jallo, that I disagree. If you go back,
I don't want you to agree. I have said what is correct.
No. Okay, well, I mean, we did go back and look at the statements that ECOWAS released after the election.
Yes, what did they say?
ECOWAS said, I'm just paraphrasing here, there were problems of the elections, but they did not nowhere say the elections need to be redone, or they did not recognize the results of the election.
About redoing of elections, don't misquote what I've said throughout this program.
No, I'm not this is not about
nothing here is mentioned about redoing of elections. We are asking for a verification of the elections.
Well, the verification of elections, yes. I mean, I'm not here to say that the election was clean. I'm not here to support the election. I'm not here at all to defend the election or SLC, whatever, the Electoral Commission. I'm not here to defend them. It was fraudulent election. We all know that. Me may challenge Nayawa I get, me question Nayawa I get, not so much a challenge. The education part wa teach we Naya, and it's not just me, and it's the rest of us. Which international court have jurisdictions of election result of any country in the planet?
There are several institutions. If the citizenry want to take action, that can take up their case. And whatever decision is taken by those institutions is legally binding on the state. If they don't, are they calm? Let me finish, sir. Please. You want education, listen to the end. When a decision has been taken by these international bodies, if the state does not comply with them, there are sanctions that will be implemented against the state. And some of these sanctions may be economic sanctions. Okay?
Right.
You get several levels of jurisdiction. ECOWAS is just one of them. The African Union is another. The United Nations systems then get courts to which citizens of a country can take them case here. A lot of people, they talk ICC. ICC is not just one of several courts of the United Nations system. There is a court called the International Court for Justice, inside then at The Hague. As long as citizens have something to complain about, there are procedures to follow. And every law where the international community make, where they agree on, then get committees where they petition to, then they review case, after which then they come out with a decision on what action needs to be taken. There are procedures to follow. But for most people, it's about ECOWAS court. Yeah, everything about us is hearsay. Some of us know the procedures to follow. And we are going to follow it. Not for
Okay.
Sierra Leone, not for APC, not for SLPP, but for Sierra Leone.
That is a great cause, Mr. Jallo and Mr. Toure.
Not only Mr. Jallo and Mr. Toure, they do now several Sierra Leoneans. We are just the mouthpiece discussing it.
And,
Okay.
And
Well,
Konotri, you can be part of it because you are a Sierra Leonean. Now we inactive
and this is legal advice.
issues that when they happen in our country, they make them people they get away with murder. This could be a test case.
Now we talk one at a time, otherwise we cross talk. Yes, Konotri, what you be say?
The only advice I will give them for free, and this is advice based on international law, you will have to exhaust the process first na salon. If the process na salon...
That has already been exhausted.
No, it has not.
It has.
It has not.
It has. Konotri, it has.
Yes, Konotri.
It has.
Supreme Court in Sierra Leone rule on this case?
Konotri, can you listen to the other side?
They have. A lot of things on the when they happen in our country where people don't know. Then they assume it don't happen.
The side. Can you stop having an opinion and begin to look at facts? After the elections of 2023, Augustine Sori Sengemara asked for the disaggregated data.
When did he ask for that?
He went to the High Court.
When?
After the elections, but go find out, Paddy.
No, let's put timeline. Mr. Jallo, hold on a sec. We talk about law here and international law. Let's put a timeline on this.
Okay.
Based on Sierra Leone Constitution, it gives
which constitution?
The Sierra Leone Constitution.
Which section?
Whatever the electoral...
No. There's nothing on the Constitution.
On act.
Okay.
An act.
There's nothing on the Constitution about electoral laws. The only.
But there's an act. But there's an act which is a law.
Yes.
There's an act which is a law.
Okay.
And it's a law that has been in the book for a little bit. But anyway,
that act was made in 2022.
Okay. The point is, within that 7 days, from my understanding, except to not go correct me, I'm here to be, for teach. Within that 7 days, the over 10 million Sierra Leonean, including the diaspora, and all the people that would have problem with the election result, no one challenged the elections within the time frame put front.
What in you they take for challenge?
That is not true.
Come in and hold on, please.
Yeah.
Now let us talk legally. Konotri wants to talk law.
Okay.
What do they take challenge a case?
And in this case, when we talk about the election results here.
Yes. Was there any election result?
Very easy. Now the same thing what you just asked, then for we don't ask within that 7 days.
You cannot establish a case if there is no evidence used to establish a case.
Well, your evidence is you are fraud, and
there was no election.
No. They withheld the result, and the result is what it will take to the court to show that there were
fraud.
The publishing whatever votes that they have that the people voted, that is a public record. They're supposed to publish that.
Well, it is not published even now as we speak.
Well, that is my point.
So there is no evidence, and so therefore, that justifies whoever did not go to court on that within that 7 days because there was no evidence to present.
You don't need an evidence.
You need it.
You need it. In any case, you need an evidence, my brother. That is the basic fundamental. You just exhibit.
I come in allow talk one at a time. Mister. You know what they call hearsay in law?
Yes.
Can you go to court with hearsay?
No.
If you don't have evidence, then whatever you present to the court is hearsay.
No, yeah.
Throw it out
Here.
immediately go in there.
You know they allow me to make my point, Mr. Jallo. I'm sorry, but
according to
me
law,
to make my
if
point.
the evidence is not tenable in court, it's hearsay.
Well, here, Mr. Jallo, the evidence needed to be published according to the law.
It was not published and it has not been published.
It has not. NIMEC had to say within that 7 days, then that case should have been challenged all the way to the Supreme Court.
Mr. Konotri, there is something by law. If you can get that statutory date day, if that date day, it don't pass.
For that.
If public interest they at stake, public life then they at stake.
No, you're just asking the court for them, for the ECSL to provide the result, which is mandated by the law.
Accepted that a political contestant did not go to court. Accepted. Now, I'm coming, sir. According to the Constitution, every citizen has a right to seek redress for anything 100%. When a public issue.
100%.
So Risenge Mara went to court asking for the law of freedom of information
Act, yep,
to be instituted for make them give the disaggregated data. That case was made this and that, no result. So on two occasions, Charles Magai did, the same thing happened. On 3 occasions, this one grain data what they asked for has been refused by the Court of Sierra Leone. So that automatically gives the mandate and the right for MEC will go to ECOWAS court and get the ECOWAS court for force the government of Sierra Leone for publishing the disaggregated data.
Well, can I ask a
and
question?
As a citizen of Sierra Leone, I have the right to, as long as it is not done after 3 years. The elections was in 2023. This is 2025.
I want to say something to Konotri that might be helpful. Konotri, they talk about 7 days. The 7 days duration where they talk about. 1, we not get evidence. 2, if we not get evidence, that also now an excuse for us the court and get something that they call judicial review. Well, let them review that. Then go review that and allow we forget the case going to court if it was on that occasion. Then also if in we case where the electoral commissioner fail for provide the disaggregated document, it perverts the cause of justice, not crime.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Toure.
It's a crime.
Let me ask you a quick question. Maybe when I go teach me this. Mr. Magai and the other man wouldn't challenge ECSL for produce the result. Where the court did not do it yet. Did they appeal that ruling? Have that ruling been appealed yet?
That does not stop any other citizen to take to take action and use that as
Mara appeal and throw him out.
Mara appeal and
he appeal and Magai self appeal. You know the Sierra Leone they rule. Then they do as they will.
They try for say, I'll go left for be part of this. Me, I will appeal all the way to the Supreme Court na Salon.
Because that 7 days day.
Please, he's asking very important questions. On all 3.
Yes, sir.
Legally, the legal procedures in Sierra Leone have been exhausted. There are references and precedences that can be used to take a case with the ECOWAS court. If that is exhausted without results, there are other cuts that will be used. It's a stage by stage.
Absolutely.
Pikin we say, in mama not they sleep, inside not they sleep.
Absolutely. That's my whole
And let
point
me
here,
inform you,
Mhm.
what we are discussing here is
Mhm.
under review with international lawyers.
Okay.
So not your opinion with the work panel.
No, it's not about my opinion. My thing is clarification. I think I got my clarification now.
Enough of the rubbish in Sierra Leone.
You need for join. You need for join. We need for join. We not get for the acceptance in there. Now we die, at least we go, we conscious and clear and say we did everything in we power. Because this business what they do, will they wait for parliament? Will they wait for this person? Will they wait for that person? We as the people of Sierra Leone, we in action. It don't make we don't suffer a lot. We get for begin to be active, ask questions.
But Mr. Ture, I think the question is, if the people in Salon way they suffer, then sit down, not take no action. Maybe if you question the whole thing,
Well,
waiting at even the point to vote. Waiting at the point to vote. Waiting at the point to vote. Waiting at the point to the election. It's all nonsense. Yes, sir.
I don't know where they suffer. Because when they do the rubbish na Sierra Leone, the economic pressure na pa we odena.
Yep.
100%.
Me they know where they suffer. And I tell for suffer, that suffer they.
Yeah.
Not all tell me them for they call you middle net where you want sleep.
Hey, brother, them for love una, they can't left una. I don't go 12 o'clock.
You know they know.
Thank you for your input. We appreciate. You get Pajalo a number. I don't know if you get me your number. Call me low talk.
Yeah, join.
I want for something to you.
Business this is a group of Sierra Leoneans. Some of them are in Sierra Leone, some are outside Sierra Leone. For now, me and Imran Toure now we are the mouthpiece. So if Mother Bio want to vex, he want to laugh. But let him know say, what in the calm that breeze the big person.
Well,
we not they go na bush, we not they eat fat, but we they take legal actions.
I am all for that. I am all for that. I am for Salon for go before, but I don't believe elections will change anything in Salon.
We know they ask for elections.
I don't care for elections.
We know they ask for elections. We they ask for processes. We go allow everybody on a Sierra Leonean for Sidom. Let we map a road forward for we country so that we picking and then picking them no go candy and the same
nonsense.
About elections. It's not about taking out Julius Maada bill. But it should not be the deciding factor for the new direction we want the country to go. If he has to participate, he has to be somebody we go there for make a gain on side, other people then give their own side.
Not for they in jail.
Then there is left to the law to decide.
For the jail.
Because now two different things what you they talk with now.
Yeah.
We are looking to ask for a government of national unity that will create a roadmap for Sierra Leone. Let all this nonsense stop now.
Well, that's a great cause.
The law go taking action or that thief and lie and kill or whatever. That's not a real concern now. I am not here to preach hate against Julius Maada bill. I'm here to preach that I want to see a Sierra Leone that is stable for generations yet unborn.
And will it work for everybody?
Yes. And nobody can stop that. Nobody.
I don't feel say anybody go once for stop that. Except people will get selfish interest.
I don't get your number. If you get me number, call me. Low talk.
I will send you a number.
Right, please. Low talk. Oh, Bambulem, now we come, now we they go.
Off now, yeah, cannot three.
Thank you.
Thank you very
much. Stay with me.
Hey,
Well, I say no go. This movement you get for join them. It's a global movement of Sierra Leoneans seeking peaceful redress.
Progressive Sierra Leoneans.
Country before.
That involve and include you.
Mr. Jallo, I hope you know, say, that have always been my advocate. That's why I advocate for Diaspora Fund. Because to me...
They don't tell you, say Diaspora Fund, the term not reach it. Now we get this corrected, then we can get people for going to that.
Yeah, when the country function, we put system then together.
Indeed. Well, my brother, sign me up. Whatever I can do to help, we want.
I will take your number from Mr. Jallo. I will call you tomorrow. We will talk heart to heart, and I will tell you, say this now organization we get different people. Then we get a lot of international lawyers. Then we don't decide for take this test case, like case where they go far.
Me not an international lawyer. Let's just clear that.
All right. Okay, Paddy, we'll go talk later.
All right, Daddy.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.
Thanks.
Okay, Fumble them. We don't reach you, so reach. Una thank you for listening to we.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We are going to begin to take our country seriously from now on. That will left for take we country as a joke. That will take fun for consider another man country. Some of us want to go back home, not only to go and die there, but let we contribute to the last days and begin put the foundation for posterity. But with this still they happen in that country, you know they work. Monday, will come, they can't tell Una the secrets they will don't begin boss nado. The secrets them will don't boss. They don't begin to prove which. We can't talk about that Monday.
They don't get their food there.
Yes. Una, thank you for listening to we. Do ya the one that we can newly una subscribe to this channel. And all of us who have been here, please like the channel. And una help we share them. Let as many Sierra Leoneans in and out of Sierra Leone begin listening to this channel, because from now on we are coming with issues that matter to the posterity, the future of the country. Una, thank you for listening to we. Una, good night. Imran, over to you.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.
Oh no, who go speak for the voiceless? Oh yeah. The system they're broken is lawless. Then they use the power for oppress. Mama cry for the picky where them put to rest. These streets they red like the sunset. Oh yeah. Bodies that fall, but we not forget. The women them cry, them pain at the silence. Who go fight for justice in this violence? Our leaders were the love for the nation. Why you not they bring with tribulation? Them they kill with dreams with oppression. Sierra Leone, we need salvation.